Set aside, I would say 10 minutes minimum, up to 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you have it, if you're stuck at home and you're self-quarantining. Hey, Namaste Goddesses. I am so glad you're here. Just want to stay connected with you. And first I want to say thanks to all of the subscribers, both new and the older subscribers. My channel is about to hit about 7,000 people. I am very, very grateful. I just want to say that. I do not say that every video, but I'm really grateful and hope that my content is helpful. And if so, please leave a comment. That really helps the channel, helps the video to be seen. So if you're at home self-isolating, you're under quarantine, your state or city government has told you to stay inside for the time being to really minimize the spread of the coronavirus. I understand that because I actually work from home. So in a lot of ways, this is not very different for me. What the majority of society is now being forced to do. It's something I'm very familiar with. It's kind of how I live. I'm an introvert, I'm an extroverted introvert, and I'd say about 80% of my work is from home, and then maybe 20-30% I go to my office and do hands-on massage therapy and healing work with clients. But I'm used to doing a lot of my work at home, so I hope I can give you some tips. Okay, tip number one, I feel like as spiritual women, who my channel is for, first thing to remind yourself is you've been through a lot before to get to this time in your life, this prime of your life, your 40s and 50s. And for those who are younger, I can be your auntie, as I say sometimes. If you've gotten to this time in your life, you've survived so much. And just to realize you've gotten this far, which means, one, you have some luck, you have survival instinct, you know how to deal with things. So think back on what you have dealt with. Have you dealt with divorce? Have you dealt with a serious illness? Have you dealt with losing jobs before, being fired, having to relocate? So very likely you have. And so I just want to say I have confidence in you, and I want you to have confidence in yourself that you wouldn't have reached the prime of your life, the 40s and 50s. Going into that time period is a time where you have to realize you have the most wisdom that you have ever had. And so for my younger sisters in your 20s and 30s, again, acknowledging and feeling and understanding that as you get older, you are getting wiser, but that is kind of up to you, right, to realize that. So if you've gotten this far, you have wisdom, you have strength, you have resilience, okay? So that's number one. It's also a great time to learn something. Learn something that you've always wanted to learn. Maybe it's a language. I actually noticed that is already trending on YouTube, people who are like, maybe I can learn a language, right? This virus is also showing us how connected we are around the world, and I think it's bringing that forward, that sense of we really are connected with other people around the globe. And so maybe learn a language or start knitting or crocheting or finish a project. Like I have a knitting project, which I really don't knit. I'm going to give my knitting stuff to someone. But whatever it is, there's a project that you've put off. And this time, if you can find some quiet to pick that project up, whether it may be writing some poetry or maybe you had started writing a book, there's something that you had dropped that this time is calling to you to go back to and complete. And either complete it or decide, you know what, I'm done. This is not something I'm going to complete. And maybe you just put it away and say, yeah, you know what, I can let go of that. That's not my goal anymore. If you're not already meditating, goddess, it is the key thing. I would even say to you, if you're not interested in meditation at all, then please just unsubscribe from my channel. I mean that. I feel that this is the skill that is needed in this time. Okay, you need to begin to meditate. It is going to serve you so, so well. I myself, when I stop, even though I teach meditation and practice meditation and have studied it over a long period of time, if I stop meditating, I can see the difference in how my day flows. So look below this video. I am going to put some resources of various length, from like 5-minute meditations all the way up to like 20-minute meditations that I have on here. I will put the links below this video. It is going to be such a help. I promise you. I promise you that. It's literally the only thing I promise in my videos is that if you start meditation and stick with it, you will start to feel better and your days are going to flow more smoothly. You will also find that your anxiety, if you're doing meditation properly, will go down. You'll start to feel calmer. And that's what we need during this time when we are quarantined at home, when there's a lot of fear. I don't want you to have to suffer through that. The next thing I would say is start a physical practice. Now, where I moved, it's so interesting. One of my housemates, so I moved in with two dear friends, and she has like this used like cycling machine, right? And it's kind of goofy, you guys. It's not like a super modern one, but it's just like a walking machine, and or whatever you call it. It's not even a stair climber, okay? Because that I know. I used to teach yoga in gyms, so I know this is like an old fashioned, it just swings your legs and your arms kind of go like this. So start some exercise. If you can, goddess, get outside and do the exercise. Even though I am self-isolating or self-isolating together, there's an area where there's sort of, there's a big building, it's not being used right now, and I'm able to walk around that property and just get some exercise. I did it. I felt great. I was like, I need to do this more. So get some exercise. Again, scientifically proven, just like meditation, it's going to lift your spirits if you're getting depressed, okay? And I understand that you might be feeling a little bit depressed because the circumstances seem so sudden. You know, 2020 started and then it's like we went off a cliff. But find something that's fun. Find some like dance exercise. There's so much on YouTube. There is so much on YouTube. So whether it's dancing, putting on some really good music. The third and final thing I'll say to keep the video short. So if you're self-quarantined, you're quarantined at home. And again, I'm assuming that it is folks that there aren't small children around, because that's just not my expertise. The third thing I would say you really need to do is get a schedule. It is really important to have a schedule. If you're not used to being at home and being on your own, you're used to being at a job, there's a real set structure. I think that is the worst thing, is this sense that you might feel kind of floaty. You're not really sure what to do, how to structure your day. So I would really take some time, sit down, think about, build in the exercise, build in the meditation, build in the contact with friends and family, however you're going to do that. So make a schedule for yourself or you're going to feel ungrounded, okay? I know this from when I was teaching. It was the same way. When school would go into vacation, I would always have literally a couple weeks where I would just kind of float. I'd sleep in, the day would kind of drift, I wouldn't get anything done. You can start to feel even a little depressed from that. So make a schedule for yourself. I was even recently talking to a friend, and we were saying that, like Navy SEALs are saying that people who are good under these extreme situations, you have to have a schedule, all right? And make sure it includes some play as well, all right? And staying in contact with friends or family. That's very, very important. But again, meditation, build in some exercise, and schedule what you want. And I would say actually, so this is a really profound time, and I have a lot of videos, like I said, meditation, but also yoga. I have several yoga videos now related to the chakras. I have a future self video that would be beautiful to do at this time. It's where you'd like to see yourself, your ideal self, specifically in terms of career and work. It's a beautiful meditation, you guys, so check that out as well. A lot of people have not seen it yet. It's your future self meditation, and it's using the law of attraction and as well as just the subconscious and manifestation, right? Start seeing yourself, you meet your future self, and it's really beautifully scripted and worded. And I made that about a month ago or so. So check that out also on my channel. Let me know in the comments what you're going to add in while you're quarantined at home that helped you, what you came up with. If you have another idea too to share with others, please do that. And thank you so much. I will see you twice each week going forward, especially during this time, midweek and on weekends. You'll have a video and we will connect. I want to also say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. They support this YouTube channel starting at $5 a month up to $12 a month, and they get various perks. So I just want to say thank you. And I think their names I'll put them up at the end of this video. Mwah. Stay blessed, goddess. Bye-bye. Namaste.